What's up, everybody? It's your favorite white boy in Orlando, Dennis, and we coming back at you with an artist in review. That was corny as fuck, I know, but we coming at you with another artist in review in the vibe zone from beautiful Central Florida. Artist in review, for those of you that don't know, is me listening to music from artists so that you don't have to. I do background information, give you a little bit of insight about the artist. And then we let you know if they trash or not, so you don't have to waste your time listening to artists that aren't good. But everyone has their own opinions, and this is just one humble white boy's opinions about whether or not this is good music. Aside from that, today's artist is going to be Kuttem Reese. Kuttem Reese, for those of you that don't know, hails out of West Orlando. He had a rough upbringing growing up. His mama was in prison for a couple of years. His house got shut up while his mom and his sister were in there, so a lot of crazy stuff has happened to him in his past. And I'm sure there's a lot of more stories for this dude coming out of Paramore on his background. But aside from that, he's only been in the rap game probably about 6-8 months at this point. And he's already had a crazy amount of success being listed on the XXL freshman class to be able to be voted in as one of the freshmen alongside Hot Boy and Tyler Yahweh out of Orlando. So to be up there with them, you know, it's a pretty big honor for him. He's got a bright future in the music game. So shout out Kuttem Reese. Without further ado, let's get into this video. And we back. We about to get into the first song from Kuttem Reese. This song's called My Story. And let's just get right into it, and we'll give you an honest opinion about this song. Yo, that song was hard, bruh. My Story by Kuttem Reese. Big respect on that one. Literally gave a little background about his story, where he's from. Flow was immaculate. Lyrics were exquisite. That was tough, man. I really like that song. That's a good song. If y'all haven't heard it, go check it out. My Story by Kuttem Reese. But we about to get into the next song. See if he upholds the hype and can keep the good songs coming out. You know, maybe he's just not a one-hit wonder. Next song we're about to listen to is called Madden. It's one of his more popular songs. I think it's Madden, Celtics, and another one. But we're about to go ahead and listen to Madden, see if it's fire or not. So that was Madden. It was alright. Honestly, I like the first one better, My Story, better than Madden. This is one of his more popular songs. Not to throw shade, it was a little bit basic. It was still really good, but it was just a little bit basic. You know, me personally, I like seeing a lot of artists with their own creativity and their own kind of flow and style. Don't get me wrong, it was hard as fuck, but a little bit basic. You know, I like My Story better. We're gonna go ahead, listen to another track, see if there's anything hotter than this. But Madden alone, I'd probably rate it at a 7.5. You'll probably bump to it for a few days. After that, it's done. But my Story was probably, in my opinion, better than Madden. We're about to listen to another song called Boston Celtics. Shout out Gordon Hayward. Well, he's not on the Celtics anymore, but shout out Gordon. Shout out all the OGs on the Celtics. Isaiah Thomas, Bill Russell, Larry Bird. You already know. Let's get into it. Kuttem Reese, Boston Celtics. And that was Boston Celtics. That song was hard as fuck. I like that a lot better than Madden. That shit had me bumping. That shit had me sliding. That's like hood trap thug shit. That was tough, bro. I really like Boston Celtics. That's a solid I give it an 8.5, 8.65. That's a good song, bro. It's got replayability. It's hard as fuck. Bass is bumping. 8.65. This next song we're about to get into is called No Statements, produced by Zay the God. Let's get into this bitch. That song was alright. Wasn't his best one for me personally. It's his most listened to song on YouTube. But honestly, I put that where Madden is. I'd still say Boston Celtics is better than both of those songs, and I'd say My Story is better than both of those songs. So far for me, I got Boston Celtics at the top, My Story, No Statements, and then Madden. This song is called Rugrat. It's another one of his more popular songs, so let's see if it's actually fire. That was Rugrats. He got a lot of quick, short songs, like 1 to 2 minutes, which is pretty good. Because I feel like people's attention spans keep decreasing, so that 1 to 2 minute range is perfect. But it's pretty hard. I still don't think it's better than My Story or a Boston Celtics. Those are still his top 2 for me. But I say that was better than Madden and the other one, No Statements, in my humble opinion, of course. But that beat was crispy. A lot of his music is like right around with the whip, in the whip with the windows down with your boys at like McDonald's at 2 a.m. getting Big Macs for the boys. It's like tough shit. And it's fire. I'm excited to see what else he produces. We're gonna go ahead and jump over to one of his newer songs that he just dropped. I think it's called Be Here. Let's see if he had the same success in this song as he did with the other ones. Everybody, we just finished listening up to all of Kuttem Reese's songs, and it's a little bit of a hit and miss with Kuttem Reese. He has some good songs. He has some songs that are pretty average. Not gonna cap, no offense to Kuttem Reese. He's still young and doesn't have that many songs out, but I'd relate him to like NBA Youngboy and like Kodak. He's got like a similar flow and style to them. A little bit of Playboy Cardi you can see coming out in some of his songs, where it's like that more emo grunge type shit. But aside from that, aside from the songs that we talked about earlier, This Time, Recreated, and Call It were probably the only other songs from Kuttem Reese that I really enjoyed. Everything else was a little bit basic, a little bit mundane, didn't have too much to it. Like, it was still like kind of a bop, but those are like 5s and below. I'd probably say like Call It is a solid like 6.5, maybe a 7, close up there with Madden. Probably better than Madden in my opinion. Recreated is just different, got the summer vibe with the guitar riff. Probably put that at like in the same range, probably above a 5, probably around the 6-7 range. This Time, probably same. I say out of all those 3 though, Call It was definitely the best one. But yeah, that's everything we have for you today on this artist in review. Kuttem Reese, sponsored by Atmospheric Orlando, the best one-stop shop for everything culture, not just Orlando, but this generation, creating a difference, making an impact, doing good things, exposing Orlando's culture, and more. Yeah. Thank you for joining me in the Vibe Zone. I hope y'all jammed out with me. I hope y'all bought with me. Aside from that, have a good night, have a good day, have a good evening, have a good morning, have a good weekend, have a good year. I wish you the best. Send positivity your way. Peace.